You've got a good chest, decent back, maybe some shoulder width starting to come in, and then the arms, and then the legs. This is called the Spider Physique, and it has nothing to do with your genetics, your supplements, or how long you've been training. It's a priority problem. You trained your torso seriously and treated everything else like optional extra credit. Here's exactly why it happened, and the actual fix. You started lifting, found what felt good, bench, rows, lat pull-downs. Your chest and back responded, and you kept feeding them. Totally logical. Then arms got trained at the end of sessions, when you were already cooked. 3 half-hearted sets of curls, and you went home. Legs got 1 apology day a week. You told yourself squats covered it. They don't. Your torso got 2 years of progressive, serious training. Your arms got the scraps. Your legs got managed. That's it. That's the whole story. Here's something most people never actually think about. Research on hypertrophy consistently points to 10 to 20 working sets per muscle per week as the development range. That's where growth actually happens. Now look at your numbers. Your chest and back are probably sitting in that range. Your arms are getting 3 or 4 sets at the end of a session when your body is already spent. Your legs are getting 1 day a week if they're lucky. You're giving your arms 20% of the stimulus you give everything else, and then wondering why they're 20% of the size. A muscle grows exactly as much as you force it to, not more. Fix the volume first. Everything else builds on top of that. Volume without intensity is just movement. When you bench press, you know what a hard set feels like. You push close to failure, rest, go again. That's real training. When most people do curls, they grab a comfortable weight, do 12 easy reps, and count it as a working set. That is not a working set. That is a warm-up with a different name. Every working set for every muscle should finish within 2 to 3 reps of failure, arms included, legs included. And here's the thing that exposes people. Your curl weight from 6 months ago, if it's the same number, you haven't been training arms. You've been visiting them. Most people trying to fix small arms spend all their time doing curls. That's the wrong place to start. Here's why. Triceps are roughly 2/3 of your upper arm, 2/3. So if your arms look flat and underdeveloped, and you've mostly been doing curls, you've been spending all your effort on the smaller third of the arm. Target 10 to 14 working sets per week for each. Biceps and triceps, counted separately, split across 2 sessions minimum. For biceps, most people have never done an incline dumbbell curl properly, and it's one of the best bicep movements you can do. Sit on an incline bench, let your arm hang fully back behind your body at the bottom. That stretch position is where the growth stimulus actually comes from. Full stretch, controlled descent, curl up. Most people skip the part that matters. Cable curls are excellent too because tension stays on the muscle the entire way through. Dumbbells lose tension at the bottom, cables don't. For triceps, the long head is the biggest portion of the muscle and the most ignored. The reason it's ignored, it only gets a proper stretch when your arm is overhead. So if all you're doing is push downs, you're building around the biggest part and leaving it underdeveloped. Overhead cable extension, dumbbell overhead extension. Pick one, pair that with close grip bench or a push down for the rest of the tricep. That combination covers everything. Leg training is hard, not in a motivational speech way, actually physiologically hard. Squats and Romanian deadlifts taken close to failure spike your heart rate, flood your lungs, and involve your whole body. It is genuinely unpleasant in a way that curls are not. That discomfort is exactly why most people avoid it, which is exactly why most people have stick legs. There's no comfortable version of this fix. Minimum twice a week. Once a week for a muscle group this far behind is maintenance. You're not closing the gap, you're just keeping it where it is. One thing most people skip because it's a machine: leg extensions. The stretch position at the bottom of a leg extension is one of the strongest growth signals you can give the quad. Loaded stretch equals mechanical tension equals growth. Don't write off the machine because it feels easy at the top. That bottom position is the whole point. For hamstrings, Romanian deadlifts are the most effective movement most people consistently underuse. Stack leg curls on top for direct isolation. Calves need high volume and full range, all the way down to a complete stretch. Not a half rep, a full stretch. Partial reps on calves do almost nothing. 15 to 20 working sets per week is standard for people actually trying to grow them. You don't need a new program. You need to restructure what already exists. Day 1, upper, chest and back is main. Arms get real dedicated volume at the end, not scraps, actual working sets. Day 2, legs, quad focus. Squat or leg press as the main movement, leg extensions as finisher. Day 3, rest or light cardio. Day 4, upper again. Chest and back, arms again, same volume, same seriousness. Day 5, legs, hamstring focus. Romanian deadlifts as the main movement, leg curls, calves. Day 6, optional dedicated arm session if you need extra volume to close the gap, recommended while you're catching up. Day 7, rest. That gives your arms 2 to 3 sessions per week and your legs 2 dedicated sessions with a clear focus each time. Run that for 12 weeks with progressive overload and tracked numbers. You will not look the same. That's it. Coach Tub out.